It's cute, it's small. It's the Morley Mini Volume Plus. If you've been hanging out here on the channel, you know that I am a huge fan of the Morley Little Alligator volume pedal. I've been using this particular pedal now for about 15 years, and it's pretty amazing. Well, recently Morley reached out to me and said, "Hey, we see you're a big fan of the Little Alligator. Would you be interested in trying out a couple of other pedals?" And I said, heck yeah. So they sent me the Mini Volume Plus. Let me tell you about it real quickly and we'll listen to some sounds. It is one of Morley's active volume pedals. In other words, it has an active optical circuit that runs on either a 9-volt battery that you can put in there or a 9-volt power supply. It has a minimum volume setting. So for example, if you don't want the volume pedal to go all the way to 0, maybe you just want to use it for rhythm, lead, that type of thing, you can set a minimum volume. That's pretty cool. The Little Alligator has that too. One thing this has that the Little Alligator does not have is a minimum volume on-off switch. So hopefully you can see that. So if you just want to turn that minimum volume setting off and just have it go all the way to 0, you can do that. That's pretty sweet. It's got the usual input and output. All right, so what's the difference between it and the Little Alligator? Well, the big thing is the size. Well, actually, it's the small thing. The big thing is the size. Okay, so Little Alligator is kind of your typical volume pedal size kind of pedal. I said pedal a lot there, didn't I? Check out the difference. It's pretty stunning how different they are. It's it's not that much longer, the mini volume, than the Little Alligator is wide. So that makes the Mini Volume Plus a really good candidate for either a small pedal board or a big pedal board that's really crowded. You can save some serious space with this pedal. One of the other differences between this pedal and the Little Alligator is also the swell curve. Okay, swell curve, that's the difference between 0 to 100 and how fast you get there. The Mini Volume Plus is an audio taper. Okay, I'm going to flash up a picture of an audio taper. And the Little Alligator is a linear taper. So if you look at that image, you can really see the difference of the sweep. So linear taper, when you're halfway through the sweep, you're basically halfway through the electric voltage of the volume. I'm not an electronics expert, so if I said that wrong, please correct me in the comments. If you look at the audio taper, it takes a lot longer in the sweep to get to that same point. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is you've got a lot more play in the pedal down at the foot, at the heel, I should say, and as you raise the volume, you've got a lot more distance before you actually begin to hear the volume and the swell come in. With the Little Alligator, with its linear taper, as you begin to push the volume pedal down, you almost immediately hear the swell begin. Now, which one is better? Neither is better, they're just different. It all depends on you and your particular taste and style. One thing I will say is that the audio taper is better in terms of not making mistakes at the bottom of the swell. So it's pretty forgiving. So you've got a little bit of leeway there before you can hear the sound. So if your sweep is not exactly in synchronization with your pick or your finger pick or guitar pick, you're probably going to be okay. On the Little Alligator, because it's a linear taper, it's not as forgiving at the bottom. And you may hear actually in some of my tunes here that I play in the channel where I sometimes have made a mistake and bring the swell in too quickly, and you'll actually hear a little bit of a guitar pick, plink, which is going to be less likely with this pedal. Now, the linear, on the other hand, because the sweep is a lot faster to come in, this allows you to do faster volume swells. So for example, if you're playing notes in a fast succession and you want to swell each note in, this might be your better bet. So they're both great, and neither one is better than the other. They're just different. Now, one of the awesome things about these Morley active pedals is that since it's an optical circuit, you don't have the potentiometer with the string or the chain in the pedal. What you have are some lights, and I don't have the bottom plate taken off, but there are actually some LED lights that you'll see if you take the bottom of the pedal off, and you can actually adjust the distance between the lights, and that will adjust the swell curve. So if it's a little too slow, this Mini Volume Plus, you can make it a little bit faster just by adjusting those LED lights. You do have to be careful. A little bit goes a long way. As I mentioned earlier, the optical circuit on these Morley pedals is something I really, really like. And the Mini Volume Plus is no exception. It's clean, it's quiet, and these volume pedals don't have the tone suck that some of the passive volume pedals have. Again, I'm not an electronics expert, but because it's an optical electrical circuit, it's got buffering built in, if that makes sense. So it's going to maintain your tone. Again, if I've misstated, somebody let me know in the comments below. All right, I'm just going to play for a minute or two and let you hear what the volume pedal sounds like. I'm going to start off with some dry signal, and then I'll add in some delay. Well, there you have it, the Morley Mini Volume Plus. It's a great little pedal. It is well built, sturdy as all get out, and, it's actually pretty moderately priced. It's a great choice. I think it's a great choice, again, for a player that likes an audio taper volume pedal, that needs a volume pedal that's a little bit smaller to fit on the pedal board. If you haven't already done so, I would love it if you would subscribe and join the Chords of Orion constellation of ambient guitarists. I've got ambient guitar-related content coming each and every week, and I'd love to have you on board, and I will see all of you on the next video.